And today we're going to have a bit of a different conversation. We're going to go down more of the health route. Matt sort of had a bit of a health journey, and of course, a lot of people are having issues with their body machines, shall we say. So, welcome, Matt. Thanks for joining us. How are you?
Good, good, good. Happy to be on again with you.
And welcome, Lorenzo. How are you?
Hello, hello. I'm
Oh, there
good.
he is.
Good. I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to hearing this journey. A lot of people have had health issues and have come back from that and would like to, see how to get better.
Yeah, and obviously, alternatives from the systematic, ways, shall we say, as we self-censor ourselves here on YouTube. All right, so well, let's just jump into it, Matt. Obviously, your channel, Cultivate, Elevate, links below, guys. But that's also a website, isn't it, that you've developed? So, do you want to just start and tell us a bit about yourself and your journey and sort of how you got here?
Of course. So we started Cultivate Elevate to provide solutions and not fear. And we have a bunch of different products on our website, which are all superfoods. And I'm very big at finding pathways which need nutrition and fulfilling those pathways. Because what I realized is, when I was first getting into health and fitness, and this was years ago, and learning about, proteins, carbs, and fats, right? Because that's like what they tell you. They tell you the traditional stuff, and then they give you a food pyramid and they tell you to eat, 5 servings of this and 2 servings of that, and you'll be, healthy. That's what they tell you. And, so when I first got into that, a lot of that didn't make any sense, and I was actually training a lot of people. I was in the fitness world, I was helping them, get back on their journey, but it was more of a lifestyle change. It wasn't just, changing one thing. They had to change their lifestyle. So when I was having my health ailments and I was having all my health issues, I was basically I'd get tonsillitis, right? All the time. My tonsils would swell to almost like balloons where they would touch and I would barely be able to breathe. I would get allergic issues where I would get maybe like skin issues. I would get horrible sinus infections, killer headaches, all these health ailments, bloating, acne, anything you can think of. It was occurring to me in my 20s to my about mid 20s. And I didn't put together what was going into my body, right? So the nutrition factor, what foods were going into my body. I was just eating whatever, I did not know. I ate some grass-fed beef, but that was about it. I tried all the diets. I did it all, vegan, vegetarian, paleo, all the different things, because one I thought would lead to another. And as I was getting into all these things, I started, getting into realizing that I think I'm causing my own problem. And basically, when I would go to eat something, I would start to get a reaction, But every time I would go to the professional, the professional would tell me, oh, it's genetic, you're just getting older, all this funny stuff that they always tell us and whatever else, and then would just keep me coming back for more. But I started thinking, maybe something's off here. And I watched this documentary. It was called GMOs Revealed, and it was 22 hours long. And this documentary showed me a whole different light of what our food system has become, right? Our food system has actually become a weapon. And I say that because we're not eating the apples from 1902 anymore. We're eating these genetically modified foods, which have had genes, if genes are real, switched on and off. They spray them with pesticides and all kinds of fumigating gases and all kinds of stuff. And then you get to the grocery store, it's sit underneath these lights, and it's basically it's lost its mineral content. That's the easiest way to put it. So, we're eating this food and we're not bringing nutrients into the body. So I wanted to try to find solutions, and a lot of our different superfoods hit on different areas which are usually lacking in those nutrients. But when I started cleaning up my diet, I went all organic. I started cleaning up my water. I stopped drinking the tap water and I started filtering and drinking distilled water. And I started changing all of these things. Magically and instantaneously, I did not get sick anymore. I did not have tonsillitis. I did not have any health ailments. I did not have any problems. I didn't have sleeping issues. Everything pretty much all went away. And I thought, wow, that was it. I just had to change what I was doing and what I'm consciously consuming. Now, this can go into multiple other things. You can obviously talk about, frequencies and Wi-Fi and all of those, which we can also hit on as well, too. But for the majority, it was just changing my diet from whatever I was consuming that I thought was it's just food. It's just a restaurant. It's just salt. when I started realizing those things were not exactly what they were, instantaneously as I changed over those things, a lot of things all went away. And, the documentary, it's called Fat, Sick, and Nearly Half Dead. It's a great documentary where this guy basically, he just did green juicing. That was it. He didn't do anything special. He just did green juicing. And that was another great documentary. He fixed all of his ailments, all of the, the professionals who were giving him these little, tablets and these things and all of those. He got off all that stuff, all of the things in which he was prescribed. He got off all those just by drinking green juice, which now we know is structured water, right? In that form of that structured water. And he was healed. So as I learned all of this, I started incorporating all those things and basically just started to realize that we've been tricked in many ways. And our food system is one of those ways, which is keeping us in this system, this sick care system that is constantly making profits and money off of us and not actually really caring about our health at all, right? Because what I learned is the professionals, every professional you go and visit only has 5 hours of nutrition in
Yes.
10 years of schooling, right? So when we think about that, how are they going to be able to address the root cause if they've only studied food for 5 hours
Yeah.
out of 10 years? It doesn't make any sense. When I started realizing all that, it really changed. And so now I've been on a mission with Cultivate Elevate, as we talked last time about electroculture and growing our own food, but also just being connected and, really connecting to our health too, because health is wealth. And when we take care of ourselves, I see it as we are unstoppable, right? That's another part of what that system doesn't want, because then it doesn't make money anymore, because that money wants us to keep having all these health ailments so that they can come up with new terms and new terminology that you've never heard of before, of all these different things that are all the same exact thing. You just haven't been taking care of your body and your terrain.
Yeah, I mean, it's GIGO, right? Remember that? Garbage in, garbage out.